Flop there. Anyway, I'm back on. It is Friday, which is always one of my favorite days of the week. And I'm back doing live streams, which is great. So this has been a few weeks back on track. And I want to talk about Punch and Tilt today. So this is back from Ableton 10. They kind of had this whole series like Drive and Glow, Chop and Swing. Well, one of these is Punch and Tilt, and it's kind of pop oriented. Dance floor oriented too, but it's more like it's gonna have a flavor that's, you know, a nice complement to like Chop and Swing and Drive and Glow, and there was one more I can't remember. I think there's like 4 of them all in all. So let's check them out. I'm gonna switch. I've got my my overhead camera on here. Let's just take a look at some of these sounds. So these are some of the kits. Kind of dark drums. So probably good for like a techno sound. All right, so I like that. That's Junipero kit. So I'm gonna find that over here on my computer here. Just kind of build up a little bit of a track here and see, you know, basically what these elements sound like. So they've got this kind of pre-made drag and drop clip on there. I'm gonna load that up. I always find this is the best way to get the flavor of your you know, the pack, is to actually put together some music with it. So let's see. So I want to find some other elements, of course. Let's look at some sounds, right? So back on my push, let's go to some of these sounds, see what their kind of flavors are. Ooh, very dark, very dark. All right, well, let's go load that up on a new MIDI track, right? So go to Browse and find our way back there. This is Punch and Tilt, going all the way down. Going down to my sounds. All right, and load that up here. And then I like to use the layout. Let's see, where is it? The melodic sequencer. I'm going to strip this down. So I can go, I want to strip it down to 1 bar. I'm going to go by over here. Sorry, there's a reflection a little bit, so I cut my loop down just to 1 bar. Well, maybe I'll do 2 bars, I guess. So I'm just going back between the 1 and the 5. Nice way to sequence it, right? Can just balance these out a little bit more. Let's look for some other sounds, see what other kinds of... So right now you can hear, though, it's like pretty dark. There's definitely a techno vibe going on here, so let's add another track. MIDI track, and I'm just gonna load up a default track there. Go ahead and browse down on my packs. Ableton Punch Tilt. Sounds. There you go. Something pretty simple, right? Change the layout again. Want to change the clip length there back to 2 as well. Putting it basically on the downbeat of each bar. I'm playing in 16ths right now. Actually, I'll take that off. I'll put the 4 on. So it's just going from 1 to 4. So pretty basic, right? Let's add a little bit of effects. See what they've got. So I'm going to do browse again, but this time I want to go up to not effects like that. Let me see. I guess they've got some effects, but maybe it's all, let's see, they've got in terms of effects racks. I'm just kind of listening through here. I'm going to go with this electric circuit here. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw that onto my master. Let's see what we got down here. So this is a nice thing to do when you want to perform, right? One of the things I always want to look at is the performability of these. And having something like this, you know, you can tweak on. It's like nicely labeled, nicely set out for you on the push. Means you can just mess around with it. Right? And actually one of the things that we were talking about in the last live stream was this capture app, which is really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and just clear out these 2 tracks and go ahead and add in a MIDI track. So I'm going to put in this free live device called Capture, and I'm going to go ahead, label this track Capture, like that. Alright. And then what you can do with Capture down here is you can capture specific things. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of those, enable all the devices, right? I'm going to go ahead and capture, and I'm going to call this, I don't know, 1. Just for the sake of separating it out. Now I can go over to my master channel where I had my device, right? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh. I lost it. I guess it went on its own, just went on the blue chords. But I like the sound that I'm getting from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of back all this stuff off to its original, right? I want a little bit more space than that, I guess. All right, now in capture, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna capture another snapshot down here. I'm gonna call this 2. All right, now I can switch between them, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to create clips in this track. One's called 1, and one's called 2. Right? Now when I switch them, switches between them. Yeah, I love that kind of thing. I like being able to do stuff live. It's a little bit more experiential, and I can just hear what is going to come out. I can turn knobs, and I like the capture tool a lot. Covered that in one of my other live streams just earlier this week, so check that out if you're not familiar with it. As long as you got a live and integrated with Max for Live, then you're all good. So let's take a little look at what Ableton has to say about this this particular thing here. Let me load up and check this out. Punch and Tilt, Ableton. Of course, it's going to come up number 1. And it can tell us a little bit about what they think this is good for, right? So dance floor ready, definitely like a, yep, I can hear that bass dark kind of techno vibe. I kind of thought from the title that maybe this was a bit more like upbeat. It's definitely dance ready, but it's darker, right? It's not like a cheerful pop thing at all, which is what I just thought maybe it would be based on the title, so that was my bad. But anyway, rough sonic aesthetic, indeed it is. Let's listen to their samples. So some cool effects in there. We can tell that it's a lot of presets, a small number of live clips that are basically drum loops. Just listening to some of their other samples here. That is definitely a hard-hitting kick. Developed by Ableton. Got some good names on it. This collection, everything you need to create tracks in one place. I just created a track in about 5 minutes that, you know, at least gives the inspirational foundation for something. I would always recommend, obviously, that you put more of your own heart and soul into this stuff, but it's nice to be able to assemble something that gets you moving in a specific creative direction quickly. And there's a lot to do that here with instrument racks, drum racks, audio loops, MIDI clips, effects racks, and all of that stuff. So, gosh, there is quite a lot going on here. Now, Bombastic, which is also one we did covered recently. Samples were from Uppercussion. So let's see what else they think you might like. Techno, of course, that's a no-brainer right there. House racks, I guess you could use this in like a house situation maybe. It's a little dark for that, but probably could even be used as reinforcement. Take some of these hard-hitting techno kicks and reinforce maybe a house beat with them. Beat selection. It's a lot. It's often the case, obviously, that you can kind of mix and match these different elements from punch and tilt, or even chop and swing, which is a totally different vibe. And what I like to do, one suggestion I have just for composition, like you're making tracks in your home studio, is you start with start with this. But then you can load in like a drum kit from another pack. So you go and you grab a drum rack from Drive and Glow, which I think, if memory serves me, was like more pop oriented. Go and grab a kit, like a drum rack from that sound pack, but you're inheriting whatever this particular drum loop from this darker techno oriented vibe included, so that the mixture of like the MIDI from one but the sounds from another can give you a whole nother flavor, because a lot of times it's not just that it sounds dark, it's that the way the beat is oriented, the way that the beat's programmed is going to carry the weight of that, like being bright or dark or mellow or aggressive or whatever you're looking for. That can be wrapped up in the actual beat pattern regardless of the kick sounds or the samples that you're using. So mixing and mashing can get some cool results. All right, so I am excited. It's Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave comments if you have any packs that you'd like me to cover. And let me just see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover. I don't think so. So I will see you on Monday, bright and fresh, with another pack. All right. See ya.